In this short video screencast, we'll show you how to begin the process of recording transcriptions on the Deciphering Secrets website. As you can see, we are on the main home page, and I'm just going to point out a couple things to you before we get started. The first thing is, again, remember, you can always go back to how to get started and review the steps in terms of how to participate in the project. Then also, you'll notice we have our Transcribers Gateway, and this is where you can log into your Transcriber account, which is required, and then how to use our transcription tool, and then our actual transcription guidelines. That's how we want you to record items. So let's go ahead and look at the How to Transcribe tool. And you'll notice on this page a couple things right away. First is that we're recommending that you use on a Mac OS system to use Apple Safari. We know that the tools work best in this case because sometimes manuscript images will not load or resize properly with Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So please use Apple Safari in that case. Similarly for Windows OS users, please use Internet Explorer. We've only tested this browser and we only can guarantee that it's properly functioning on this one. The next piece is that you'll need to register for a Citizen Scholar-Transcriber account, and we've already shown you how to do that in a prior screencast. If you haven't done that, you can do that now and stop this video, or you can continue on. So let's move through the process, and I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how I would log in and move through the entire transcription process. So we're logging in. So this will bring us to the Scripto login screen right here. And I've already registered, so I'm going to go ahead and enter in my name. So my name that I've used to register is Roger Martinez, and then I'll enter in my password. I'll hit login. Now that I've logged in, I'm ready to move forward. The next step that we would like to do is go ahead and browse manuscript collections. So let's go ahead and do that. And on the manuscript collections page, we can choose a variety of things that we can choose to evaluate and to transcribe. So we have, obviously at this time, Book 5, which is a traslado, which is a transcription of the original late 15th century text, but it's in the 19th century script. It's a great place for beginners to begin because it's an easier script to read. Second, we have Book 3 from the Actus Capitularis, some selections from it, which are actually in the 15th century hand, but earlier than the other version we just mentioned. A little bit more challenging to read. If you have some paleographic experience, it's a great place to begin as well, to start working on your more advanced skills. And lastly, we have municipal council records for the Ayuntamiento de Plasencia. And these are also a little bit more challenging as well. I'm going to go ahead and just start with AC Book 5 Bundle 1.1 because it's a little bit more easier to read. So let's go ahead and click on Bundle 1.1. Now in Bundle 1.1, it's going to give you what are called the Dublin Core information set. And this is just a standardized system that's used across the world in terms of properly capturing the descriptors of the item they're working with. So you can read through all of these, everything from the title, a description of the documents, who was created by, the dates, and things like that. Obviously, this rights issue is very important. Again, we're using these under the public domain norms that are in the United States of America, but also we have solicited and received permission from the Cathedral of Plasencia or the Diocese of Plasencia to use these records. As always, we ask you not to reproduce these records so that we can continue to enjoy access to them. Lastly, you'll see here that here is our collection of documents. And this is going to list all the items in the document in this collection. You'll notice that they're backwards here. So this is 8, then it goes 7. It's just a funny little odd thing about the way this collection management system works, that it sometimes puts them in an unusual order. So we're going to go ahead and just click on Items in the Actus Capitularis. And now it's going to show you how many items are in there. So in this case, there appears to be 20. And probably the best thing to do is just go ahead and sort them right now by title. By sorting them by title, right away we'll have the opportunity to see them in the pages in the order that they should appear. Often it's easier to read documents in a specific order as opposed to helter-skelter. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and dive into ACP Actas Capitular Traslado, and this is number 2. I'm going to click on this document, and now we're going to see a little bit more of the Dublin Core information. And now we're ready to begin some transcriptions. So if you'll look at the bottom here, it says transcribe this item, and we can click on it. The first thing you'll need to notice, which is extremely important, is that you are logged in. If you do not see that you're logged in, if you're not logged in, that is, it will not allow you to transcribe. That's why you have to have an account. And now just a couple things to get oriented. The first thing that we can do is just start to zoom in on the document if we'd like. So as you can see, we can zoom in and zoom out. We can move the image around like so. And we're going to go ahead and zoom in now because we want to go ahead and do a transcription. In this case, to do a transcription, the two things you can do is you can look at the edit screen or the history screen. The history screen will show you all the different records that have been created in transcriptions, because the way our system works is it captures everybody's transcription, so that if one person does a particularly good one and records it, and let's say a second person comes back around and makes some changes that might not be as accurate, then we can go back and look at the history and recover those earlier versions. Sometimes you may want to look at the history to see how different people have tried to transcribe a document. That's always a process of trial and error. So now we're going to go ahead and hit the edit screen. And now when you hit the edit screen, we can see that there have been no transcriptions here, and now I am ready to do this. So I'm going to follow the transcription guidelines that we have for the document, for our documentation purposes, and I'll direct you to those again in just a minute so you can remind yourself. And now I'm ready to do some transcription. So the first thing I can see here is a P-O-R, por, a large D and a period, then a M-A-N-U-E-L, G-A-B-R-I-E-L, D-E-L-E-O-N, por Don Manuel Gabriel de Leon. And in this case, I have not spelled out the abbreviation for Don, and that's fine. And now I've done this first bit of transcription. So now that I'm done with the transcription, I will move back down to Edit Transcription, and I will hit that button and let it record. See, it's saying Editing Transcription. And we'll wait for it to complete its task. And it should be done now. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page real quick and make sure that it recorded. And it did not. So sometimes this can happen. So what happened? Well, it turns out I haven't confirmed my email address with Deciphering Secrets. So before my transcriptions will actually record in the database properly, it's important for me to go back, check my email, find an email such as this one, click on the link, and confirm my email address. Once that's been done, I can actually record transcriptions using the edit feature. So let's go ahead and do that. And now the edit box is open, and now I can type in my transcription. So I will type in exactly what I see. P-O-R-D period M-A-N-U-E-L-G-A-B-R-I-E-L-D-E Leon. So it reads por Don Manuel, oops, made a mistake there. There's the E, Don Manuel Gabriel de Leon. And you can see that the de, or this D here, is really an abbreviation for Don. I've left it just as the D period, so por Don Manuel Gabriel de Leon. So I'm pleased with that. That's good enough. So we will go ahead and complete the transcription to make sure it's recorded by hitting Edit Transcription. And now we've seen it cycle through, and now it's been recorded. So we are now done with this transcription, and you can see this by just going back to the main page. And I'm going to just refresh this page real quick. It says transcribe this item. I'm going to click on it and scroll down, and you'll notice below current page transcription, there is the first line transcribed. Now, if another person has come now and decides Roger hasn't done a very good job, or if they want to add to it, we would just click Edit again. And I've decided I'm going to go ahead and add another line. I'm going to zoom in, and I see the next line is this one right here. So I see natural y vecino de esta ciudad, esta ciudad de, there we go. So N-A-T-U-R-A-L-E, there's the Y, V-E-C-I-N-O, de esta ciudad de. Great, so I think I'm going to go ahead and record this. Hit Edit Transcription. Oh, there we go. It's recorded. And we can see that it's actually recorded it down at the bottom. So we're done. That is your first transcription, and that's all you really need to do. You can always click on these other buttons and see what else they do, like your watch list. It'll keep track of where you've been doing transcriptions. I'm going to back up just again real quick. Recent changes. These are all the changes that have been recorded on the website recently, and you can kind of dig around if you'd like to. But that's really about it. All right. Thanks again for learning how to use the transcription tool. Don't forget that you will want to review our transcription guidelines. And those transcription guidelines are available in this reference card that you can download as a PDF. I'd recommend you do so, because it's easier just to have a printed out copy of it, and it just shows you the essentials, which is doing as much or as little as you wish, typing exactly what you see, what to do with abbreviations, not adding punctuation, and if you can't read an individual letter or number, that you're going to be using a period symbol, or if you can't read multiple letters, 3 period symbols. And lastly, marginalia, literally the text you see written in the side, that you would record that on the transcription edit page as well. And these are some other optional items you can record, like years, financial quantities, places, and persons. And this will just show you again another version. Here's marginalia, how I've dealt with marginalia here. Here's the transcription. It's recorded here. In this case, I've used brackets of where I've decided to spell out these abbreviations. So for instance, we see por here, and that's in the marginalia, and there's the por there. Let me zoom in real quick. Oh, I forgot. Looks so realistic. This is actually, again, a reference card, but you can see how that's done. I'm back up now, close this image. But those are the transcription guidelines, so the download card is there, and these are all the same pieces of information as well. All right, thank you very much.